morning everyone, welcome to a new series of chats. I call this category of chats Sketching Chats with Mr. Daniel. It will be everything related to sketching, how you go about it, how do you improve your sketching, how do you overcome your fear, challenges, whether you are fast or slow or you cannot sketch, what are the things you can do to help yourself build up your confidence and competency. For this first chat, I think I want to talk about speed of sketching and being able to put sketches on paper even when you think you cannot sketch fast enough or when you think that you cannot sketch well enough. Now you must have heard of this term, a picture tells 1,000 words. What does that mean? When you look at an image, it is visual communication. When you look at the image, the brain will be able to register the message so much faster than when you read a sentence or a paragraph. That's how the right brain works, the creativity part. Capturing an image and translating its information into meaningful, comprehensible meanings for you to understand. So, an impactful image conveys the information quickly, accurately, but of course also subjected to individual interpretation and perception of how he or she views the image and backgrounds, belief systems, etc. But whatever it is, an image, a picture showing a situation, showing an action will always be the quickest form to convey a message. So being able to draw and sketch quickly, effectively, accurately, it is a very important skill to have, and it is also a very good skill to have. No matter what career, what job you may do, whatever you want to do, the ability to sketch and draw quickly, to represent ideas visually on paper, can come in very handy in many different situations. If you have a meeting with a client, if you want to describe a certain process or a certain concept, if you can draw circles, ovals, arrows quickly, neatly, they not only make your presentation quick, succinct, concise, precise, and you can also help make the presentation layout nice, pleasant, and beautiful. That may also be a way to engage a potential client or when you discuss something with your bosses, etc. I mean, these are just examples. And of course, now the problem is, what happens if I cannot sketch fast enough? What happens if I cannot sketch well enough? What can you do? Now, in the context of coursework, the following are some of the solutions they have tried and I think will be useful, which you can adopt and consider to use. Basically two. If I can think of more, there may be three. So number one, if I cannot sketch fast enough and yet I want to have lots of sketches in my work, and because I know that having a sketch, a drawing will be more effective than when you write sentences or paragraphs to describe certain functions or how certain things work, for example. So what happens if I'm not fast enough? Now, one solution to this is this. You cannot draw fast enough. It is okay. You need more practice later on. You can do it at home, you can do it in your leisure, but make sure you speed up your learning curve and then try to practice so that you can improve your efficiency. Now, at this moment, currently, if you cannot draw fast, then maybe you can think fast. You can think of ideas, you can think of alternatives, you can think of a lot of wonderful solutions very quickly, but you are just not fast enough to put those ideas on paper, visually communicating them. So what you can do is you can take a piece of paper, or within the same piece of paper where you plan to do your your idea generation and pen down your ideas, you can list them down first. You can make use of the mind map, you can make use of a listing method, whatever it is, jot those ideas down very quickly. And then if you can do one or two very quick doodle on what the solution may be, do not be too worried whether it looks nice or not. Just something very quickly, but mainly in writing. Point forms, quick point forms describing how the product works, what the product is, what the product is intended to do, etc. Write and list them down. Now you see, in a matter of 5 to 10 seconds or 20 seconds or a minute, you would have written 5 or 6 points or 10 points or 10 ideas, of which you can later, when you are more free after school, or when you have planned the time to do your work, you can make use of the list and see you start drawing one at a time at your own pace. So you see, so if you do not do that and you have lots of ideas in your head and you cannot draw quick enough or accurately enough, and you let the opportunity pass, later on when you try to draw and recall them, you may not recall the full list. That will be quite frustrating, right? So you write them down first and then you draw later. So that's point number 1. Now point number 2. Okay, I'll draw later. Now it is time I'm going to draw my ideas. I have 10 of them fully described, exactly how I want to work. Very clear, easily understandable. But now I want to draw, I don't know how to draw. What do I do? Okay, next. If you cannot draw a rabbit, please do not go get a blank piece of paper. Try to use and recall from memory how a rabbit look like and try drawing one. No way you cannot do that. Very often you see a student's drawing of something, a dog, a pig, a cat, a table and a chair, a butterfly, a moth, spider, and then when you look at the drawing you say, what the hell is that? You don't know what is it. And then if you observe how the student attempts the drawing, blank piece of paper, trying to figure out the features. What is happening here? What is the problem? You have the internet. Yes, you can look up references, pictures that is most relevant, pictures that most represents the angle, the perspective, the size, and the action that you have intended. Use those references, find them from the internet, look at them and draw them. If you want to, you can lay them out on a PowerPoint slide and then print them out and then copy them. If you have a rabbit in front of you for you to copy, isn't that better than you trying to imagine a rabbit and then trying to draw from memory? In the first place, you know you have the challenges in drawing and yet you are doing that. How far can you go? So, references. If you cannot find internet references and you are lucky enough to have real life objects, physical objects in front of you that looks like what you want to draw, use them, draw them. But drawing from observation is another ball game. So drawing from observation, a box for example, maybe you want to draw a table, you design something for a table, and you want to draw a table, and you are looking, a table is just right in front of you, and you want to draw it. Now it is not easy to draw a 3D object from observation. So what you can do is, you can take a photo, and then get it printed. When the object is in a 2D format, I can guarantee you that it will be so much easier to sketch it and to copy it. Okay, so here are 2 strategies how you can populate and draw and put sketches in your journal, in your work, despite knowing that at this moment in time, you may not be fast enough to draw, you may not be confident enough to draw, the likeness of what you need to copy and draw may not be what you have desired, or you have not reached the standard yet. So number 1, list those items out first. List your intentions out first. List the functions, list the movements, make a list of what you want to do. It's a little bit like making a movie, right? Before you make a movie, you have a script. The script, you describe the characters. What is the character going to do? What color clothes he's going to wear? What is his first action? What is he going to do next? Then who's going to come next? How is he going to move his arm? First step, second step, third step. Then you write, and then someone will come and draw the sequence of the scene, and then the directors will be using all these things to make a movie out of it. So first thing, you list. Number two, after listing and you still cannot draw some of the items from memory, then use references. Find pictures from the internet. Use real life objects which you can find if they are there and available. Use them as references for you to copy and sketch, so that you do not go too far off. And when someone looks at your drawing, at least he or she should be able to tell what the item is without much analyzing or trying to do a lot of guesswork. Okay, so that is all about how can you put sketches on paper despite not having the competency, speed, and the confidence. That's all for now. Let me know what you'd like to hear, learn in the future regarding sketching. What are your challenges, so I can think about them and then I can share them with you in future videos. You must let me know, otherwise I do not know what you need. Okay, and then if you like this video, you like the contents, like, share and subscribe, so that there will be more videos coming out in the future. Thank you. Bye bye.